UGC on a late night. Hit the bell and subscribe. Shout out to my playback gang and THC, the Truth Hurts crew, man. I'm with that. Then my peoples. Shout out to the CEO, One Two Kid, of the Truth Hurts crew, and everybody that keeps it 100, stand true to who they are on this platform, YouTube. But I want to talk about this topic today. Does Devin Haney want that undisputed work? I'm excited, still excited about this recent fight we seen this past weekend with Teofimo Lopez versus Vasil the Matrix Lomachenko. And he found the glitch, got the job done, got all the belts, and he the top dog at 135. You know, that's what I care about the most, man, is who's the best in each weight division. And the only way that you can really define that is undisputed. Shout out to my ATL homies. Shout out to Jamal Wright. We undisputed. That's what we about over here on the UGC. And got a lot of guys who's trying to devalue that. A lot of guys is act like they want undisputed, and then they change their mind along the way because of a particular opponent or because of this new franchise status or whatever, what have you. But Teofimo Lopez at 23, I believe 23 years old, did something historic. And he dared to be great. He didn't care about the risk that was involved. He was more concerned with the reward. And he went out there, came out there with a game plan. I want to say shout out to Senior, Lopez Senior, for believing in his son, coming up with a tremendous game plan, and making his son the new face of boxing. I gotta respect the father trainers in the sport of boxing. They have done some great things, and it seems like that's one of the blueprints in boxing for creating a successful boxer. Is when you got your dad in the corner, somebody who care about your life, somebody who care about your success, and he understands the brutal sport. Then what happens is, he get in there, he gonna tell you everything that you need to hear, not what you want to hear, and you might not like him through training camp, but his ultimate goal is for you to win. And it's crazy, man, because we've seen a lot of somewhat celebrity trainers come out of these out of the sport of boxing. And I'm not here to hate on them. You know what I'm saying? Some of these trainers, they have their own personalities, and sometimes they all in the videos and be more vocal than their sons or whatnot. But what can we say? They're the ones that are actually have been there for their sons since they was in Pampers, and raised them, disciplined them, and gave them the right advice and knowledge that they needed to become who they are today. So shout out to the father trainers out there. You know what I'm saying? And especially the father trainers that have sons that are undisputed. You feel me? And that's the most important, man. When you become undisputed, without a shadow of a doubt, there's no debate and no dispute about who's the best at that weight class at that particular time. And it don't matter what happens. If you reach undisputed, what happens after that is just what happens after that. But you will always be remembered as somebody who reached undisputed. So that's why I like to bring a promo to this image right here. When somebody reaches it, because this is what boxing is all about. All the marbles, all the belts. Every knee, every opponent, all roads lead to you for that weight class. And like I said before, how can you be the face of boxing when you haven't even solidified yourself as the face of a division? Which means that you got all the belts, all the roads lead to you. So as of today, which fighters can we name and say, you know what, all roads lead to him? If all roads don't lead to you, then you're not complete yet. You have not finished the job yet. You know, and right now it's just currently one guy, really. You know, that's why I want Teofimo to go ahead and get it in with this guy, Devin Haney. But my question mark is, does Devin Haney want that undisputed work? Does he want it? Be honest with you, man. Maybe I missed something because I've been busy, but has Devin Haney been screaming for that fight with Teofimo Lopez after he dethroned Lomachenko, the great Lomachenko? Has Devin Haney been out here talking that talk like he been talking? Will he be pressing Devin Haney, or will he be pressing Teofimo Lopez now? That's a fight that I do want to see. But if Devin Haney isn't interested in that fight, I'm not interested in him as a fighter. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? You should be interested in becoming the best, you know? And you can't call yourself a champion if you're not ready to fight another champion. To me, you got to be willing to defend your belt, and you got to be willing to put your belts on the line to face another champion. Shout out to Red Glove Militant in the chat. And we on a late night, midnight live right here. Shout out to Lisa Bells in the chat with the Flames. You ain't doing it yet unless you got Lisa in your chat. But this is something that this is a question that I have for Devin Haney. You know, Devin Haney Promotions. Are y'all ready for that big fight, man? Are y'all ready for the big stage? You know, the brightest lights. Fight Teofimo Lopez. He just dethroned Matrix, aka Vasil Lomachenko. I got to give him mad props. I had to eat crow and have no problem doing it because I'm a fan of boxing. And I have no problem with seeing a new face of boxing and hearing and the new. No problem at all. When J-Rock got dethroned by Jason Rosario and they said and the new, hey, it is what it is. When Tony Harrison beat Jamel Charlo and they said and the new, I was like, hey, it is what it is. You know? When they say and the new unified champ, Teofimo Lopez, hey, it is what it is. You know, I was glad to hear that. That means that, you know what? You know, boxing is growing. It's a new face. It's a new era. And it's the takeover. And you know what? Teofimo Lopez put a lot of pressure on the youngsters coming up because a lot of them dudes been out here doing a lot of talking, and they're very aware of how the social media era works, right? They know how to get the views. They know how to remain relevant and all of that stuff. But how many is willing to get in there and sacrifice everything to be great? Teofimo Lopez and his dad, I got to give them both props. They did that. I thought that they was tripping. I thought for sure that Teofimo Lopez, look, you too young. You're not ready for this matrix. You about to get your head whooped on. That's what I felt was going to happen. But when you're a fan of boxing, you're willing to eat your crow and give it up to the new face that emerges on the scene. I was like, you know what? When you make me respect you, you know what I'm saying? Like, then I become a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like when you can prove the doubters wrong and let everybody know, like, hey, look, like I said before, it's the takeover. Then you just get all respect. Like, you know what, man? I gotta respect this dude. I picked against him. Maybe eat crow, and he's good for the sport. He backed up what he said he was gonna do, and what can I say? Big champ shit. Big champ shit. I want to see more Teofimo Lopez type fighters emerge on the scene. Young, hungry, ain't afraid, and willing to face all top competition. But like I said, I got to get up to the father trainers because, you know, it seems like they're the ones that they know their fighter better than any other fighter because it's their son, and they're willing to talk the talk, put the pressure on their son, and then this it's on the son to actually go in there and make it happen. Now, if he would have lost, it would have been flame of shame. But it's flame of fame all day long for the fighter and the trainer when they win. That's why I gave mad props to Jermell Charlo and Derrick James. Fuck the past criticism and shit. You see what I'm saying? You got to give them both credit because it's not easy to come up with a game plan and to go back to your corner, maybe even after a rocky round, and your trainer telling you the right shit to get in there and stay motivated to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? So we can't exclude either. If the fighter wins, the trainer wins too. So I was low-key trying to throw flame at Kenny Porter. Shout out to Kenny Porter, in the past when they gave him like the trainer belt. I'm like, hey, get this shit out of here. Fucking giving trainers WBC belts. But at the end of the day, when you look at it, when you analyze everything, they play a major part in the success of the fighter. So I got to give mad props to the fighter for being disciplined enough to listen, because ego is a huge problem in this society. 2020, whoever's listening to the playback, whatever year, ego is the biggest issue in 2020. Everybody think they better than everybody. Nobody don't want to listen. You got social media now, so everybody can get access to hundreds of thousands of people, and they think that they the shit. And nobody want to be humble and listen and learn and grow. Everybody think that they got it all figured out now. But when you're a fighter and you got a trainer, that means that you humbling yourself to the point where you allowing someone to advise you and give you the necessary, instructions to be successful in life. Because we know that boxing is a brutal sport. When you get in that ring, your life is on the line. So you are dependent on this individual to save your life and give you the right instructions to stay alive and be victorious. I hope so. Because don't get this wrong. This is not to shame Devin Haney, because I want Teofimo Lopez to fight Devin Haney. And I was glad when he said that, you know, if the people want that fight, he's willing to fight, like as he put it, the two-time champ, email champ, Devin Haney. But is Devin Haney ready for that? That's just been my question. That's been my question. Is Devin Haney ready to step up and dare to be great? Teofimo Lopez did that already. He dared to be great. You know, I picked him to lose. He made me eat crow. That man is the top dog at 135. We are moving on. You know, he mentioned Devin Haney. So does Devin Haney want that opportunity? Shout out to Lisa. I mean, and that's the greatness about Teofimo Lopez. That's how much props we give him, Lisa, is the fact that we knew how good Lomachenko is, and he went in there and beat him. So it wasn't nothing taken away from Teofimo Lopez. The mere fact that he beat him, we like, you know what, we got to give you all the props, because you beat someone who we consider elite. I consider Lomachenko an elite fighter. Somebody who can take the data like he did in that fight, who can, you know, take it to another level, put you in that matrix, get you confused, and go upside your head. We seen that in that fight. But what Lopez showed us is that he can weather the storm. He's a true champion. He can deal with adversity, and he still was able to become victorious. Yeah, I heard something about his shoulder, a shoulder surgery. Once again, shout out to Lisa Bells for that. She said it looks like his nose is broken too. I mean, heart broke, nose broke, probably all kind of stuff. Shoulder broke, but all credit to Teofimo. All credit to Teofimo for getting in there, and being victorious. Shout out to 1-2 Kids, CEO of the Truth Hurts crew. So they saying Loma was injured before Teo fight. Anything to sweep that loss under the rug, but that doctor's note won't get those straps back. Nah. We not doing that. You already know how we do on this side 1-2. Ain't no excuses. No excuses. Promotions. If you was injured, you shouldn't have fought. You know what I'm saying? Don't. Same thing with Pacquiao with the Mayweather fight. You know, now you're sure that, now that, you know, like I said before, I had this rotator cuff, dislocated rotator cuff. Get up out of here with that. Nobody want to hear about torn rotator cuffs and whatever else, especially when you out, you know, you in the ring and you swinging, you throwing hard punches and shit. Nah, you know what I'm saying? One thing about Keith, that nigga Keith ain't going in there and about to fight injured. I remember that man with Sean Porter. He like, you know what? This is a crucial fight. So, Whiplash Promotions. Whiplash Promotions. So, hey, if you injured, don't fight. Otherwise, get in there. Ain't no excuses after that. I don't want to hear nothing about surgeries and whatnot. Very entertaining fight, but at the end of it all, you know, the better man won, and that was Teofimo Lopez. And I picked Lomachenko to win, but I'm not a fake dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I had it a close fight. I felt that last round was going to determine whether it was going to be a draw or a victory for Lopez. Lopez closed it out like a true champion, and I had it 115, 113 for Lopez. You know what I'm saying? That's how I had it. Shout out to my playback gang. Shout out to Ras Clock. Y'all make sure y'all get over there and subscribe. Shout out to the MOBC as well. Shout out to my bro Rasclot. Infuriated with Letterman's scorecard. Yeah, the scoring was terrible though. You know, I'm a a fair dude and a real dude, so the scoring was terrible. But the right guy won. But the scoring was terrible. You know what I mean? You know, Lomachenko came back towards the end to make it, closer. But it was kind of like one of the things, like, let's just say, for instance, like we just got done with NBA. Like, say, like it was a team getting blown out the whole game, but then they came back in the fourth quarter, but still wasn't enough. It was like too little, too late. It's how it felt with that fight. Like, Lomachenko really was getting blown out in the fight, but he got on a good little run at the end and made it closer than what it really was, but it still was a victory for Lopez. I don't care what they want to say. You can talk about surgery, all of that. I don't care. Lopez won the fight. With no rematch clause, oh well, you got to move on. I would love to see Lopez defend as a unified, champ. I would love to see that. I would love to see him fight Haney, and if he could, still make 35, fight another person there, or go up. Either way, I got much respect for Lopez Jr. and Senior, and if they lose going forward, it doesn't matter. This is what the thing about a lot of these fighters that keep trying to protect their O's and don't want to take risk. It's like, if Lopez lose in the future, so what? How many other people can say that they reached undisputed? Was one face, one name in a weight class? Because a lot of guys just getting one belt and then going up in weight. Then they get another belt and then go up in weight. Then they might get two belts. And then they might vacate. So a lot of guys is not trying to unify. This man went from getting a belt to like, okay, give me the next champ. Oh, he got multiple belts? Oh, yeah, definitely give me him. You feel me? He won a WBC, WBA, and WBO? Oh, yeah, definitely give me him. Right? While other dudes ran from that. This dude did not run from no competition. He ran to the competition. And I got to say this, man. Shout out to Top Rank. Top Rank got top fighters. They got the most recent undisputed dudes, man. Bud Crawford, Teofimo Lopez. The most recent undisputed dude, Teofimo Lopez. So Top Rank got that. Anybody else? Is PBC gonna get an undisputed champ? Is DAZN gonna get an undisputed champ? That's the big champ shit. Right. Yeah, on regular shit. He a regular nigga now, 1, 2. Just being real, Dudes that lose their belts. Hey, man, you back to regular status. Shout out to Deontay Keith, Lomachenko, all them guys. But it is what it is, man. Regular promotions, man. Back to the drawing board, promotions, man. You feel me? Bounce back, man. I remember Jamel lost his belt to Tony Harrison. He got it back. It's not a good feeling. I remember, hey, a lot of different, Joshua lost his belt to the fattest motherfucker probably in the heavyweight division. One of them. He got the shit back. Shout out to the bounce back promotions. But I don't want to hear none excuses about Lomachenko. I don't give a damn. I picked Lomachenko to win. He lost. Fuck the excuses. I don't want to hear about his injuries going into the fight. I don't want to hear about a rotator cuff. I don't want to hear about he had the wrong walk-in music. Nothing. Nothing about it. I don't want to hear it. You know, Teofimo Lopez won the fight. You know, and one thing about me, I'm fair. So I could pick somebody to win. If the other dude win, hey, I'm gonna tell it like it is. Hey, the other dude won the fight, dog. I was a Keith Thurman fan. When he was about to fight Pacquiao, I'm like, he about to lose. When he lost the fight, I'm like, yep, told you. So it is what it is, you know. I was a Deontay Wilder fan too, but you know, when he got his ass blitzed by Fury, I didn't make no excuses. You know what I mean? You know, you got these Israelite niggas and shit defending them, and whatever other type dudes out here defending them and saying whatever conspiracies. Hey, I'm not into all of that. You feel me? Prove it. If this man not coming out, anybody know what happened when Deontay Wilder said he was gonna come out with the evidence? What happened with that? Next thing we know, Malik Scott is appointed as trainer. Like, come on, stop with the clown shit. Come real. You feel me? If you come with some full evidence and you debunk everything, then okay, we got to just shut up and say, you know what, you was right. But when you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, and then you appoint Malik Scott as trainer, like, man, get that clown shit out of here, dog. Nobody worried about that. Shit, you didn't get cheated. You got whooped. You got whooped. You know, you in your feelings. So you fired the nigga who got that gold at the house while you got bronze, homie. You hold on to bronze and you mad at niggas hold on to gold while your face on swole. On God in that. Hey, I want to say flame of shame to niggas who ducked that undisputed work. If you are a professional athlete and you've ducked undisputed, fuck you. You're not a clown. You're not a clown and you're a disgrace to your country. Hey, man, I want to say on behalf of Canelo Alvarez, I want to apologize to Mexico that this man has let y'all down. And he did not come through for y'all and become the first Mexican to become 4-belt undisputed. You feel me? He let Teofimo Lopez, you know, surpass him and do that and put on for his peoples. But Canelo he don't love Mexico like that. He don't want to put undisputed on the map for Mexico. He loved himself better, more. You know? Like, man, fuck Mexico, man. Fuck this undisputed shit. Me and Mauricio, we got other plans, homie. You know? This is supposed to be for Mexico. Viva Mexico. But no, Canelo does not want that. He refused it because he didn't want to fight It's Me Again. Clown. He became an instant star by beating Loma. There's that saying, I think Keith Thurman said this shit, like, you know, become a legend, you got to be the legend. I feel like, you know, I know a lot of people may not feel like Loma's a legend, but you look at his amateur career, he won. My bad, family. He can be infuriated with Letterman's scorecard all he want. The real scorecard is still he lost. He lost. But you know, I only fuck with the fighters, man, that have undisputed at the end result of their career. Like if that's something that they actually are pursuing. You know, if you're not pursuing Undisputed, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. You know what I mean? And that's why I asked to put the question in the title for Devin Haney. Does he want that Undisputed work, man? Because so far it's looking like, man, you just been out here cloud chasing, dog. Cloud chasing, bro. You feel me? You out here about to fight Gamboa. That's the shittiest fight, bro, this year. Shit fight. Stop playing games, man. For you fighting Gamboa is shitty. You feel me? I don't give a damn what nickname they want to give you out here. You know, that shit boy. You feel me? That's shitty fight. You know? I can't stand fanboys. Fanboys love to give these dudes deity, make these guys deities and shit. You know, and then they'll fight trash opponents, man. Trash. So if you're out here fighting trash opponents, fuck out of here, bro. I don't give a damn how much they promoting you and all of that shit. Like they be promoting this guy, what's his name again? Jaron Ennis. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Fight somebody, man. Fight somebody. You know? I don't mean to disrespect the dude, but fight somebody, bro. You know? Big champ shit. 2 champs back to back, 3 belts. He fought Comey and then Lomachenko, bro. It made Lomachenko look like nothing for like 5 rounds straight. 5 or 6 rounds straight. I couldn't believe it. And I'm a guy who picked against him. Like, man, this dude about to get dog walked. He about to get, nigga, oops upside the head ass shit. Lomachenko about to beat the shit out of this dude. And Lopez went in there, dictated from jump, walking him down, you know, just reaction time, ready to counter. Had Lomachenko second guessing everything. And I said, you know what, man? This little young dude right here is special. You know, I want to be able to eat crow and say, you know what? This is something special. But can I do this with this dude on the screen, Devin Haney? He cared more about taking selfies, right? And his dad out here on that rah-rah shit. You know? Tell your dad, do that rah-rah shit and rah-rah your ass into that undisputed work, family. You know? You can't use that I'm too young and I'm still growing no more. When you got niggas 23 years old, undisputed. That shit out of here, dog. Sick of this weak sauce shit. And these weak media niggas that be protecting these weak sauce niggas. You know? You feel me? You play back game? That's why I don't fuck with a lot of channels. I don't watch a lot of shit. Cause they out here to just deride and protect these niggas from people that want to see these dudes in big fights. You notice that? They'll say you a hater when you want to see them get in there and get some real work. Like, look at you, nigga, you hating. Why would you want this nigga Devin Haney to fight Lopez? Only a hater will want this nigga to get in there. He young. Shut your ass up. Tell him to get his young ass in there. If he willing to get in there with Gamboa, he should be willing to get in there with a nigga around his age. Want to fight dudes coming off injuries and losses. Like, that's why I framed Canelo. Give a fuck about a nigga who want to fight somebody coming off a loss. Use a mark, nigga. Use a straight up mark. You feel me? Truth hurts. You got too many professional champions that want to fight dudes that don't have no business being in the ring with them. Devin Haney want to fight a dude coming off a loss. Canelo, the quote-unquote face of boxing, want to fight a dude coming off a loss. Slap this dude silly, man. You know, where's Tony Harris? Y'all fucking like this shit? Nigga's a cornball. Cornball shit. I don't fuck with the cornball shit. You feel me? He might want to run that back. Yeah. I bet he do. When you lose all your belts. When you regular, of course you want to run it back. You regular now. Like Keith. Keith want to fight Bud now. I bet you do, huh? You went from WB no to WB oh. Can I please get that fight? Please? Please, please? Looking ass. I would love to see that fight again, though. It's a very entertaining fight. I'm all for great fights. But I think that Lomachenko might try to start early and might get stopped early in the next fight. So he can get the play back if he wants to. He can run it back if he wants to. But I think it's going to be the same result. That's my opinion. But just a quick flame, man. You know, does Devin Haney want that undisputed work? Does he? Otherwise, if he don't want that undisputed work, shut the fuck up with the promo about this nigga. If you don't want that work with Teofimo Lopez and want to say he not the real undisputed whoop-de-whoop, if he not trying to get in there with Teofimo, shut the fuck up. You feel me? Shut that shit up. Because it's just a lot of talk. You feel me? Like, all that talk with Gary Russell, now you about to fight Gamboa. All right, man, shut the fuck up. If you're not trying to get in there with Teofimo Lopez and become undisputed, I don't want to hear you. Don't want to see you, hear you, none of that. Big champ shit. Does Devin Haney want that undisputed work? Otherwise, if not, get up out of here. It's the takeover.